Welcome, welcome to the after show, the Soul Star Live after show with our guest Walter H. Richardson II. Love is coming alive. That's what we trying to make love come alive, man. Over here getting it in. So here in the after show, we like to try to archive self-care, especially for those who, like myself. I learned about this term in 2018, and I've been a bellwether for communicating about self-care since then. So, yeah. So my question to you is, what is your self-care? And when was the last time you had to use it? I know this is a rough year for us all, but give us a story about what your self care is. You know, what's the usual thing you bring yourself back with, and then tell us the story about the last time you had to use that.
I can't hear him.
You're muted.
I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, no, it's all good. It's all good.
That was self care right there.
Hey.
Okay.
He said, "Hold on, I'm gonna have to mute for this one."
You know what I mean? Here's a brother over here talking some smack right here. So it's interesting. I have at my core a lot of laughter, a lot of comedy, and it's that way in our family. We have a bunch of comedians. We were always we have a lot of clowns, and so laughter is one way, but it's more. Stillness is another way.
Mm.
Getting still, um, looking at the bigger picture than being caught up in the small. Um, I'm giving you some outliers at the beginning, and then I'll go into some deeper things. The other thing that I have at another tool is being a songwriter,
Ah.
having music, playing an instrument. When you are practicing a new technique or you're writing a song, it takes you away from a lot of things. It switches you into a different nervous system, so that time a lot of time seems to compress itself into moments, and you can be doing something like writing a song for hours, and it didn't even
Mm.
feel like you've been there for 15 minutes. That same kind of thing can happen with stillness. Uh, the other thing is who are your people in your environment? I, I I tend to have modeled from my parents what good people feel like and what good people how they vibrate, and so I've learned how to pick up that in my environment.
Dope.
The first immediate core of people that I have is my brothers and sisters. We can sit and have a chat, and it's amazing. So I feel I'm very blessed with that. And there's eight of us,
Wow.
um, and me being the oldest, there's a lot to learn from all the younger ones who are trying to tell me they don't need a big brother anymore, and they're right. They're all grown. In fact, some of my grandparents. I'm still trying to.
I made it already. I don't need a
Yeah,
big
we
brother.
done. I'm the one that hadn't started anything. It's like, dang, what's about you? You trying to tell us about some kids? We got grandkids. Shoot, you ain't even past the first date yet. Come on, man.
You
you
got
know,
no, you got a whole bunch of kids because you married music. You got a whole bunch of kids. I know
you
your
know,
muse.
and so we got jokes. Well, I'll tell you, what was the last thing that has stressed me is, that information came in, especially with what's been going on with a lot of the killings on the planet, killings according to cultural divides, and then watching how those get resolved. I think it's in the resolving place where it gets put into an institution to resolve it, and that never gets back to the heart to resolve
Yeah.
a situation. So I see that pain that's left over. I see that frustration that seems to keep boiling, and then I see the people without the uh, uh, the language or just being ignored or all of the above to be able to get across the feeling of what everybody's feeling. And I find that very, very frustrating.
Mm.
And then the overall understanding, this is where it all comes together in a perfect storm. The overall understanding of nature, whereas we're dealing with a virus that's in nature,
Yeah.
and then you have to look at it from that standpoint of nature. But when you start putting politics and then conspiracy theories and superstitions around nature, then you can see how we can go back to a place of understanding that something that's round is flat, or two and two don't equal four.
Yeah.
I had to think about that because I'm thinking, what does two
Take
and
your
two?
time. Take your time. Take your time, Elder. Don't even worry. You got
So,
all day.
but here's one thing. Whenever I get to a point where I want to make an absolute, where I want to say, oh, the system is this, or oh, these people are this, or something. Whenever I get to that point, there's always an example that comes through to me that lets me know, be careful, because it's not completely true.
Yeah.
Because there's people that have come from that place where you're judging that have helped you get to where you are today.
Absolutely.
They're part of helping you manifest your dream.
Yeah.
And they're all over the place. And these are people that are, they will come to your aid in a minute. So
Absolutely.
then that keeps me from going into this blanket thing. So once I do that, I go, oh man, I really wanted to be angry, but but can I hold on to some of the anger?
Yeah.
It's like, no, you got to practice this thing called compassion and empathy.
Mm. Mm.
And so what does that mean? It means that people are seeing it the way they're seeing it, the way they're believing they're seeing it, or the way they want to be told to see it. They're not taking responsibility of saying, asking a question of like, how is this for real? Or
Yeah.
can I change?
Yeah.
Those are all different kinds of questions.
Everything has been given to us conditionally. It's been the
Yes,
terms of the environment, and
exactly.
we are not afforded the opportunity to be able to say, well, let me go within. Let
And
me listen
right.
to all of that is inside of me.
And yeah, and some don't know that they can even do that or give them
Come
permission
on now.
selves to do
Come
that,
on now.
because there's a blanket thing. I don't know where it came from, and I can get in trouble right here. But there's a blanket thing that says, "Oh, when you got here, you were already messed up before you got out the womb." Why? Because the thing that makes all things made it so that you're already messed up before you get out the womb. Okay, wait a minute. So the thing that made all things, made all the stars, everything, quantum physics, blah blah blah, perfect. But when it comes to us,
It was
you want
like
to say, "I'm going to mess with these
want to
folks.
twerk it a
I'm
little
going
bit.
to jam with this."
Want-
No, 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 no. To me personally, that was a power grab a long time ago,
yeah.
written into a story, and it still persists. Just like other things that are written in the story, why somebody can get a house in one area and another person
Yeah.
can't
Yeah.
if they look a certain way, blah, blah, blah. All those things are written everywhere in every part of the world.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you want to see it, hey, look, you go to another country where the system is set up where you're not a part of what they're conditioning. And maybe it's a caste system.
Yeah.
Okay. So you walk in there and you're black, but you're just visiting for a while and you see what's going on, but it's not going to affect you because you're not a part of
You're
that.
not a part of the
But you
system.
can visit, you can leave it, and you
Yeah.
can go somewhere else.
Yeah.
And then you can go to a place where, oh, these rules apply to you.
Yeah.
Oh, me?
Oh,
Oh, well, I've been an outsider for so long. I'm not really,
didn't
I'm
even
not,
know.
I didn't even know. You got to get, hey, look, the first time I was called a jungle bunny, I didn't know what the thing meant. And and listen, I had already
Man.
lived in Japan. I had already lived in all these places, and I'm sitting on the bus going to school, and this kid gonna call me this name, and I'm thinking, or a spear chucker, and then they're gonna call me this name, and I'm listening to him, and I'm thinking, he's thinking about, okay, a jungle bunny is actually a rabbit that lives
That's
in the
a
jungle.
maybe.
I'm trying to help the
Trying to
person,
give him a
right?
chance.
I'm trying to give him a chance, but it's supposed to be something that was to trigger me, to get me to fight. And we're going to a Catholic school. We're in a private Catholic school. And I'm on the bus going to school, and I hear this come at me, but I'm like, I think they're meaning to say something to try to trigger me. But it didn't trigger me because I didn't grow up here, so I don't have that in me.
Yeah.
So I kind of felt sad for the person.
Yeah. That's the truth.
And
That's
I
the
felt
truth.
sad for them because that's the only tool they
That they
had,
have.
and it's like,
Oh.
it was like to the point where I can help you with this if you really.
No, that's not what we're doing. He got to come to the rack. We want to say thank you so much for coming on to the after show for us. And sharing your self-care. The after show is produced by Desert Soul Media and Soul Star Live. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe if you want to get more of what it is that we are doing here. And have a great week. And walk around and be light. Be light. Be light.
Yeah, be light.